In the quiet of a starlit night, Bai Jing found herself ensnared in the cold grasp of a haunting dream. The room was dark, filled with shadowy tendrils crawling toward her like creeping vines. She tries to move, only to realize her hands are bound tightly. A silver-haired figure hovers over her, his lips trailing down to her stomach. Her eyes flutter open, heart pounding as his intense gaze pierces through the darkness. His intense eyes never waver as he leans in, close enough for her to feel his breath on her skin. Suddenly, she feels something cool and slippery, a serpent wrapping around her, its scales pressing against her. Her senses blur, the scene shifting between reality and nightmare. With a jolt, she snaps awake, gasping for air. Her eyes darted around the room, scanning every shadow, every corner. No one is there. Slowly, her racing heart begins to settle, and she tells herself it was just a nightmare. Or so she thought. 3 months later, when she visited the hospital to address her health, the doctor's words shattered her calm. "You're pregnant," the doctor declared, a revelation that shook her to her core. But that wasn't all. Confusion twisted her mind. She had no partner, no logical explanation for this revelation. But before she could process it, the doctor added, "There's something else. The ultrasound shows your womb is filled with scales." Scales? Bai Jing's voice trembled, her mind raced with disbelief, trying to dismiss it as an absurd mistake. Yet, when she looked at the ultrasound screen, there it was, a dark shape, slithering like a serpent within her. Back home, as Bai Jing sat alone, mulling over the impossible, when she felt the strange sensation of being watched, she glanced around, but the room was empty. Dismissing it as paranoia, she eventually drifted to sleep. Moments later, her eyes fluttered open, the figure from her dream appeared before her, materializing in her room, as if summoned. He was exactly as she remembered, silver-haired, sharp-eyed, and exuding an aura of ancient power. Bai Jing's mind raced. "Are you the father of this child?" she demanded, barely able to keep her voice steady. Struggling to understand, Bai Jing pressed on. "But why me? What did I do to deserve this?" The man's face grew dark, his voice a chilling whisper. 20 years ago, your mother was pregnant with you. She nearly lost you." He began, each word heavy with anger and bitterness. "In his desperation, your father caught my fiancée /you sacrificed her to save your life. I've come for an account, a life for a life," he declared, his gaze unwavering. Bai Jing's fear grew, and she pleaded, "Please forgive me. I'll do whatever you ask, as long as it doesn't hurt me." The man smirked, his eyes flashing with amusement. "Anything I ask." As Bai Jing stood before the silver-haired man, his intense gaze softened slightly. "It's not hard to let you go," he began, "but there are conditions. You have 2 choices. First," he began, "promise to become my disciple and help me in performing good deeds." He paused, his expression hardening. "Second, because my fiancée /you died because of you, you must take her place as my wife." He leaned in, voice cold yet commanding. "Give birth to my child and pass down my legacy, generation after generation." Feeling cornered, Bai Jing whispered, "I accept." "The first one?" "No regrets," he replied. He leaned closer, sealing her fate with a kiss. Later, as Bai Jing reflected on the surreal encounter, she noticed a strange bead lying before her. His voice echoed in her mind. "Protect this bead, it's proof of our bond. Be fair, be honest, and beware of greed, and my name is Lu Longting, remember that." Long ago, a tale spread across the region. A mysterious mountain god watched over a village hidden deep in the mountains. Rumors whispered of his power, that his blessings brought wealth and protection, but his wrath could unleash natural disasters upon those who displeased him. To keep his favor, they began a ritual, offering young women as sacrifices, hoping to avoid calamities. Over time, this tradition became a fearful burden, binding the villagers to the god, with both devotion and dread. Bai Jing learned of this dark history and couldn't hide her frustration. "How can you still believe this? It's just superstition," she argued with her grandmother, who was firm in her belief. "The mountain god warned me in a dream. If we stop, misfortune will come for our children and grandchildren." Sighing, Bai Jing regretted mentioning Lu Longting earlier. Her grandmother abruptly declared, "Since you're so capable, I'm leaving this responsibility to you." Shocked, Bai Jing watched as her grandmother announced her departure, leaving Bai Jing to deal with the mountain god alone. Bai Jing walked through the village. She saw an elder gently holding her granddaughter, a resigned expression on her face. The elder continued, her voice tinged with sadness. Many years ago, one of my sisters was taken as an offering to the mountain god. Dragged up the mountain, she faced her fate bravely, even as she knew there would be no return. The elder held her granddaughter tightly, her tears falling silently as she clung to her. Bai Jing listened quietly. "Everything will go well," she murmured. Bai Jing felt a familiar presence by her side, Lu Longting. He leaned in with a smirk. "Don't be too happy, they can't see me. They'll think you're crazy if you talk to me here." Bai Jing wrestled with the daunting question. How do I handle this mountain god? All gods are born from faith. The deeper the faith, the stronger they become. But the villagers have long since lost faith in him, he remarked. The same goes for me. Bai Jing eyed him skeptically. Can you actually beat him? She asked. Longting smirked. Probably, I have been practicing for 700 over years now, after all. Lu Longting leaned in closer, a mischievous glint in his eyes. I have a plan, he whispered. Present yourself as the mountain god's bride, instead of sacrificing the young girl. He pulled her close, his arms wrapping around her. Wait for me to come and I'll protect you from the mountain god, he whispered. Bai Jing looked at him, unconvinced. You better remember, once this all is over, I'll get you for this. He grinned. Be careful, Bai Jing. Your life is now in my hands. The day of the mountain god's sacrifice arrived. Bai Jing, adorned in ceremonial red robes, walked up the mountain, surrounded by villagers chanting solemnly. As the ritual began, Bai Jing's heart pounded, both with fear and determination. She had a plan to avoid facing the mountain god. She carried a special pill, meant to render him powerless if consumed. As the ritual candles flickered, casting shadows across the walls, Bai Jing sat alone in the dim temple, whispering a prayer. But her solitude was interrupted by an eerie presence. From the darkness, a figure materialized. A tall man, cloaked in black robes, eyes glowing with an unsettling intensity. The mysterious man stepped closer, his gaze unwavering. You are my bride. I have waited a long time for you, he declared. As he leaned closer, he whispered in a tone that bordered between playful and ominous. Don't keep me waiting, my bride. Become mine or your village will pay the price. A flicker of defiance rose within her. Wait. I need more time, Bai Jing replied, stalling as her mind raced to figure a way out. The mountain god tilted his head, amused. Why are you not afraid of me, he asked. Bai Jing, despite her nerves, managed to smile. Well, maybe it's because you look so handsome. He raised an eyebrow, intrigued by her boldness. Interesting, he murmured. Tell me, where do you find me handsome? Flustered, Bai Jing stammered. Well, your nose, eyes, mouth. Everything seems to look good. The mountain god pulled Bai Jing close, his intense gaze never leaving her face. Not only does my face look good, he murmured, smirking, but I bet the rest of my body does too. Bai Jing quickly put up her hands, attempting to stall him. Wait, Mr. Mountain, hold on a moment. Before we proceed, there's something I'd like to share, she said. Feigning innocence, she handed him a small pill, an artifact given to her by her mother, claiming it would enhance strength. She hoped he'd take it without suspicion, but he raised an eyebrow, suspicious. And how do I know this isn't poison, he asked, his sharp gaze questioning. Bai Jing maintained her composure as she calmly slipped the pill into her mouth. Poison? How could I, your bride, even think of harming you, my handsome husband? Amused, he leaned in closer. Let's be fair, he murmured. You have to eat half of it too. He took the pill from her mouth, carefully split it in half, then ate one portion himself before gently sliding the other half back between her lips. But just as she took half of the pill, Bai Jing felt her body go numb, her limbs refusing to move. Shocked and panicked, she realized her plan had backfired. What is happening? Why can't I move? She thought desperately, silently cursing Lu Longting, wondering when he would come to rescue her. As her vision blurred, a surge of energy filled the room. The air crackled with power as a formidable presence appeared. Lu Longting had arrived. The mountain god sneered. "Who dares to spoil my good moments?" he growled. Lu Longting smirked, his voice cold. "You did bad things, and yet you speak of doing good?" The mountain god faltered slightly. "You," he murmured. Lu Longting's eyes narrowed, his power radiating as he stepped forward. "Take a closer look," he commanded. "Do you recognize me?" As they both come face to face, the mountain god taunts Lu Longting, convinced of his own superiority and the inevitable victory granted by years of veneration. Lu Longting remains calm, his voice steady as he replies, "Try it if you dare." The battle erupts. Energy crackles between them, shaking the ground and reverberating in the heavens. As Lu Longting chanted a powerful mantra, the mountain god flinched, visibly startled. His calm confidence cracked, revealing fear for the first time. Seizing the moment, Lu Longting struck, his attack landing with brutal precision. The mountain god howled in agony, his once mighty presence now reduced as he staggered, defeated. Lu Longting turned to check on Bai Jing, only to find her frozen, her face contorted in pain. He raised a brow, noting her distress. "Did you take that pill too?" he asked. Realization dawned on him and he softened, explaining. "The children within you shielded you, but the effects aren't so gentle on you." "Let me help you," he murmured, his gaze lingering on hers. "Otherwise, you'll end up crushed just like the mountain god." Bai Jing's cheeks flushed as she realized his intent, her mind racing. Damn this snake. Always finding a way to take advantage. Sensing her thoughts, Lu Longting chuckled softly. He leaned in closer, his breath warm against her cheek. "It's been a long time, hasn't it?" he teased. "Don't you miss me?" Despite her inner protests, Bai Jing's blush deepened, betraying her. And in that charged silence, the world around them seemed to fall away, leaving only the two of them. As dawn breaks, Bai Jing awakens beside Lu Longting, memories of the previous night flashing through her mind. Embarrassed, she silently wishes to forget. Longting, however, teases her, asking, "How do you feel?" "Better than being tormented by a pill, right?" Annoyed, Bai Jing snaps, "Do not discuss it," and pushes him away. He warns her to show gratitude, hinting she could end up like the mountain god if she isn't careful. Later, as he leaves, she contemplates her situation, realizing that confronting him now is futile. She resolves to obey for the moment. Afterward, Bai Jing steps out, the village bustling in celebration now that the mountain god is defeated. She reassures the villagers not to rely on sacrifices anymore, and encourages them to work hard to fulfill their wishes. Later, Bai Jing, accompanied by her grandmother, arrives at Suing-gu, a mysterious fortune-teller. Inside, Suing-gu gazes into a glowing blue orb, studying Bai Jing's aura with a knowing smile. The fortune-teller reveals that Bai Jing's circumstances are extraordinary, far beyond the fate of an ordinary human. Her life was forced onto a difficult path, with limited options to escape. Suing-gu then reveals that Bai Jing's body harbors a powerful family connection, one that binds her destiny to Lu Longting. When Bai Jing asks if there's a way to break this bond, Suing-gu tells her it won't be easy. This practice of immortal family bonds has endured for nearly 1,000 years, and cannot be severed with mere words. Frustrated, Bai Jing pleads for guidance. She advises her to find the right man to marry to suppress Lu Longting. Bai Jing's eyes widened in fear. "No. If he finds out, he'll kill us all." Suing-gu advises that the only solution is to balance Lu Longting's power with goodness, virtue, and self-improvement. She emphasizes that if Bai Jing accumulates enough good deeds, she can tip the scales, preventing herself from being controlled by the ancient forces at play. Before offering her help, Suing-gu asked Bai Jing to assist with a client's problem first. With no other choice, Bai Jing reluctantly agreed. Bai Jing and Lu Longting listened to the client's problem over the phone. He explains that 60 years ago, his grandfather disturbed a pair of snakes in the midst of mating, which enraged them. Since then, his family has been plagued by misfortune, seemingly at the hands of these vengeful spirits. Recently, the snakes sent dreams to his young daughter, warning that they intend to bring ruin to the family. The client, desperate, requests Bai Jing's help to break the curse. Bai Jing explained to Lu Longting that her friend had somehow found out about them and asked for her help. "Will you help me?" she asked, trying to coax him. Lu Longting studied her for a moment before surprising her with a sudden agreement. Bai Jing gasped, caught off guard by his unexpected response. Leaning closer, Lu Longting said with a smirk, "I may have been a bit ruthless yesterday. Think of this as a wedding gift, since we're married now." Flustered, Bai Jing shot back. "I told you not to mention that night, and who said we're married?" As Bai Jing and Lu Longting enter the residence, they're welcomed with reserved curiosity by their host. The man's demeanor shifts to warmth as he acknowledges Bai Jing, yet he seems wary of Lu Longting. Lu Longting introduces himself as her partner, who has come to assist, drawing a surprised glance from the host. As Bai Jing and Lu Longting are escorted upstairs, they find the daughter, Xiaoling, a young girl who appears troubled, surrounded by a mysterious aura. Lu Longting senses the dark energy lingering around her, immediately recognizing it. The host explains to Xiaoling that these people are here to help her. She glances at them with scary eyes, and without warning, she lunges at Bai Jing. Lu Longting quickly steps in, shielding Bai Jing from the sudden attack. Xiaoling snarls, "No one interferes, try and I'll kill you." The air crackles with intense energy as Lu Longting begins chanting a powerful mantra that echoes through the room. Shadowy darkness around Xiaoling starts to dissipate, leaving her stunned, her gaze now clear and innocent. Her father, overwhelmed with gratitude, calls it a miracle and thanks Bai Jing and Lu Longting as his daughter finally returns to her gentle self. Manhwa requests if they can finish the exorcism today, but Lu Longting declines, explaining that Bai Jing, his wife, is tired from the journey. He requests to be taken to a hotel to rest and says they will return tomorrow. Manhwa hesitantly offers them rooms in his own house, but Lu Longting's piercing glance quickly convinces him otherwise. Defeated, Manhwa agrees to arrange a hotel for them. At the hotel, Bai Jing collapses onto the bed, visibly exhausted, muttering, "Why didn't you just handle this matter earlier so we could have avoided all this and stayed home?" Lu Longting stands by the window, observing the house they visited. He comments that there's no real curse on the property itself, but suspects something much deeper involving the family. He remarks on how unusual it is that Manhwa could perceive him as a normal person, speculating that the family may have offered something significant, possibly eternal life, in exchange for spiritual sight. Bai Jing shares her observations, asking, "Was the girl just pretending to be possessed? And what about the strange smell of snakes in the house?" Lu Longting, with a dark expression, concludes that they were likely lured into this situation for a specific reason. "The real target," he says ominously, "is us." Bai Jing is taken aback, wondering why they, of all people, were targeted, especially as they haven't caused any harm to this family. Lu Longting reflects that seeking vengeance isn't always about holding a grudge. It can simply be a matter of necessity. He shares his suspicion that Manhwa might have sinister intentions, potentially using them to sustain his own immortality. Meanwhile, Bai Jing's thoughts drift as she watches him, appreciating his form and charm, with her cheeks tinged with a slight blush. Unable to resist, Bai Jing's imagination gets the best of her, comparing Lu Longting to a model she might see on TV. However, Lu Longting casually asks for his clothes, which she had left at the door. Flustered, she responds, but before she can hand them over, he steps out, catching her off guard with his bare presence. She stammers, demanding he cover up quickly. Unperturbed by her reaction, Lu Longting calmly steps closer. He leans in, asking her if she can still detect the fishy smell on his skin. A mischievous glint in his eyes. Blushing and a little breathless, Bai Jing confirms it's faint, but he inches even closer. Bai Jing's heart races as Lu Longting pulls her close, his lips capturing hers in a deep lingering kiss. Just as the moment intensifies, a sudden knock on the door interrupts them. Lu Longting pulls back, visibly annoyed, his gaze darkening as he calls out, "Who's there?" Opening the door, they find the client, Ma Jiangwo, in a state of panic. He pleads with Bai Jing, "Please save my daughter. After you left, the evil spirit reappeared, threatening to take her life." She challenges him, reminding him that nothing suspicious had been found when they investigated his home. She accuses him of lying. Mei Jiangwo, clearly distressed, insists, "Miss, I wouldn't dare lie to you. I swear, please save my daughter. I'll do whatever it takes." Lu Longting, still composed but slightly irritated, tells Mei Jiangwo, If you want us to save her, you must tell the truth. Otherwise, there's nothing we can do." Reluctantly, Mei Jiangwo reveals the dark history of his family. He shares how his father once met a shaman who advised them to worship a pair of mystical snakes, promising that the snake deity would bring wealth and protection to their family. In exchange, his family would be tied to the creature, sustaining its power through worship. As time passed, the family enjoyed prosperity, but it came at a high price. The snakes began to drain their life force to sustain themselves, demanding more sacrifices. Mei Jiangwo admits that other family members, unwilling to serve the deity any longer, met terrible fates. Now, the spirits seek his daughter as their next vessel. "Do you mean to say, you sacrificed your own family to keep your fortune?" Bai Jing asks, appalled. Mei Jiangwo, overcome with remorse, pleads desperately. "I had no choice. No one else can manage our family's affairs. Please, I'll give up everything, even hand over my family's assets if you can save us from this curse." Unable to resist Mei Jiangwo's desperate plea, Bai Jing reluctantly agrees to help. As they head upstairs, Lu Longting firmly instructs her to stay downstairs and wait. Left alone, Bai Jing sits on the sofa, wondering why he insisted on going without her. A strange sensation creeps over her, a chilling feeling of being watched. She glances down, and her heart skips a beat, as a sinister, malevolent spirit peeks out from beneath the sofa, its dark eyes gleaming. Suddenly, with a haunting laugh, the spirit slithers out from under the sofa, sending a jolt of fear through her. Bai Jing's heart races as she realizes the malevolent spirit might be targeting her. Panic floods her as she calls out, "Lu Longting, help me!" In that instant, a powerful energy encircles her, lifting her into the air. She floats, suspended and defenseless, as dark energy swirls around her, threatening to consume her. Just as fear starts to overwhelm her, a mysterious figure shrouded in red energy emerges from within her. Startled by his sudden appearance, Bai Jing asked, "Aren't you supposed to be dead?" The mountain god suddenly appears, his presence strong and fierce. He confronts the spirit with an intense glare and, with a powerful voice, yells, "Back off!" The spirit sneers at the mountain god, mocking his attempt to stop it. As the fight intensifies, they clash, each trying to overpower the other. Watching the battle unfold, Bai Jing thinks to herself, "Why is he here? Didn't he die that day? Is he here for revenge?" Suddenly, the spirit roars. Anyone who interferes must die, and lunges towards Bai Jing. In a swift motion, the mountain god shields her, positioning himself between her and the spirit. He taunts the spirit, saying, "If you don't return to your husband now, you may lose him forever." With a menacing growl, the spirit hesitates, then retreats hastily. As the mountain god lands back on the floor, Bai Jing rushes to him, asking, "Are you okay?" He gives her a faint smile and replies, "I'm fine." He reveals that he drank a deadly poison created by the Lu family to weaken him, yet he survived due to his strong cultivation. Bai Jing looks at the mountain god with a mix of concern and curiosity. He explained that he placed a small portion of his essence within her to survive. Bai Jing questions his decision to take a dangerous medicine that damages his body over time. He calmly responds, stating that he's committed many wrongs and that he's willing to suffer the consequences rather than let the villagers' hatred dictate his fate. Bai Jing asks what he intends to do now. The mountain god, observing Bai Jing's determination, offers to help her escape Lu Longting's control, as he can sense her desire for freedom. However, he admits his energy is severely weakened. To recover, he asks if she would let him reside within her body, temporarily, to restore his power, promising to repay her in the future. Bai Jing is taken aback but listens to his earnest plea. Moved, she agrees, with the mountain god smiling softly, promising to support her fully. But she wondered, does she really want to kill him? Aside from his sharp tongue and his overly familiar behavior, there isn't much that's truly bad about him. As Bai Jing is deep in thought, wondering how this new alliance will affect her future, she realizes the mountain god has already vanished, leaving her with lingering doubts about the danger that lies ahead. Meanwhile, outside, Lu Longting is engaged in a powerful battle. Surrounded by a brilliant golden aura, exorcising lingering malevolent spirits near the estate. His confident stance as he commands the spirits to surrender adds to his aura of authority. He confidently faces off against the large, ominous serpent spirit. He warns it, telling the creature that today will be the day he teaches it a lesson. Holding a talisman in his hand, Lu Longting issues a final warning to the serpents. Surrender now and pledge to follow me, and I will spare your lives. Grateful for his mercy, the serpents bow in thanks, relieved to avoid a grim fate. Lu Longting then hands them a talisman, instructing them to keep it safe and use it if they ever need it in the future. He implies that if Manhwa wants to avoid similar issues in the future, he should rely on his own hard work rather than seeking shortcuts to wealth through dark means. Manhwa, grateful and filled with relief, expresses his thanks. As Lu Longting and Bai Jing prepare to leave the premises, he turns to her and asks, "When you were downstairs, did the female snake spirit cause you any trouble?" Bai Jing nods. "Yes, she attacked me." Curious, Lu Longting raises an eyebrow. "Without any powers, how did you manage to handle her?" Bai Jing hesitates, then replies, "It wasn't me. Someone else helped me and told the female snake to go look for her husband." Lu Longting studies her face for a moment, clearly intrigued, but refrains from pressing further. Instead, he says, "Let your friend know that the problem is solved. I'll also teach you how to draw a talisman so you can protect yourself in the future." Bai Jing wonders why he isn't asking more questions about who came to her aid. Sensing her thoughts, Lu Longting smirks and teases, "I just don't want any demons feasting on my pretty wife." Bai Jing blushes, unable to hide her smile. Back at home, Bai Jing notices a few pimples on her face. Concerned, she asks her fortune-teller friend for advice. Her friend suggests that it might be due to carrying Lu Longting's child within her and advises her to ask him for help. Standing outside Lu Longting's room, Bai Jing hesitates, debating whether or not to bring it up. Just as she's about to turn away, Lu Longting notices her lingering in the doorway and calls her inside. Once she enters, she fidgets nervously, unsure of how to introduce the topic. Noticing her reluctance, Lu Longting raises an eyebrow and asks, "Why are you just standing there? Come closer. I'll show you how to draw talismans." He gently holds her hand, his fingers warm against her skin as he begins to draw talismans with careful precision. "The talisman alone is weak," he murmurs. "But with a strong flow of spiritual energy, it becomes much more powerful." He notices her tense posture and softly advises, "Relax your grip so it can flow freely." But with his face so close to hers, Bai Jing finds it hard to relax. Her heart races and her discomfort is evident. Sensing her unease, Lu Longting pulls her even closer, his voice a low murmur. "You can only concentrate if you let go," he says, guiding her gently. Startled by the sudden intimacy, she stammers, I only need your essence." "That's it." A smirk tugs at his lips. "Is that so? Why didn't you just say so?" Without warning, he pulls the mask from her face, revealing her flushed cheeks. Then, before she can react, he leans in, capturing her lips in a deep, passionate kiss, leaving her breathless and completely caught off guard. After a few days, Bai Jing and Lu Longting arrive at the sacred mountain. As they near Lu Longting's home, curiosity and nerves get the better of Bai Jing. She glances up at him, her voice soft but curious. "Why did you bring me here? Are you really going to introduce me as your wife?" But before he answers, two young children eagerly run up to Lu Longting, calling him third brother with excitement. Bai Jing is enchanted by their innocent joy and her heart melts at their cuteness. Lu Longting's siblings eagerly tug at his sleeves, pleading, "Stay longer this time, brother." He smiles, then asks, "Is the second sister home?" Lu Longting's siblings eagerly lead him and Bai Jing inside, but one of them glances back at Bai Jing. Whispering to him, they ask, "Who is she?" and mutter about her appearance, calling her ugly. Irritated, Bai Jing firmly scolds them, declaring, "I'm his disciple." As they continue, a striking woman steps forward, her expression lighting up at the sight of Lu Longting. "You're back," she exclaims warmly, but her gaze shifts to Bai Jing with a hint of curiosity. Bai Jing senses this woman holds an important position within the family. Lu Longting gently explains, "This is my disciple. I brought her here to meet the family." The lady introduces herself as Manhwa and warmly welcomes Bai Jing, saying, "Feel free to treat this place as your own." Lu Longting adds that they won't be staying long as Bai Jing has to return to school. Intrigued, Manhwa asks, "What are you studying?" "I'm studying painting," Bai Jing replies. Manhwa's eyes light up with curiosity. Oh, do you know how to paint in the Western style? You know, without clothing? She asks with a mischievous smile. If so, perhaps you could draw one for me. Everyone stares at her in stunned silence, expressions ranging from shock to amusement at her bold request. Later that night, Lu Longting strolls into Bai Jing's room, casually slipping off his clothing with a mischievous glint in his eyes. Flustered, Bai Jing stammers, "Why are you undressing and why are you even in my room?" Longting smirks, "Didn't you say you could do Western-style paintings?" "Well, I want one too." Reluctantly, Bai Jing agrees, her cheeks tinged pink as she tries to focus on her task. But as she starts painting, her concentration falters, her gaze drifting nervously to his bare form. Frustrated, she finally admits, "I can't do it." Longting's smirk deepens as his hand grazes her leg. "Is it because of me?" he teases, his voice playful. Leaning in, he murmurs, "If it helps, you're welcome to draw directly on me." Their playful banter fills the room and draws them closer, laughter blending with soft, lingering glances in the quiet night. In the morning, Bai Jing wakes up and notices that the painting she worked on last night is missing. Later, at the breakfast table, Longting suggests she should eat more. Jing thinks to herself, "It's only because of you that I'm this exhausted." Suddenly, the sound of a trumpet echoes through the hall, and a woman appears. She announces, "My master has seen the painting of the third master and has come to propose marriage." The entire table falls into stunned silence, everyone staring in shock at the unexpected declaration. Manhwa's expression sharpens with disapproval. "You dare propose to my third brother? Do you even consider your own status?" The lady, unfazed, responds confidently, "Don't underestimate me. My master, once granted a title by the prince, and later named noble concubine, is a fitting match for your family." Suddenly, a gust of wind heralds an impressive entourage. A lavish red palanquin, adorned with golden tassels, arrives, accompanied by attendants who move in perfect unison. As everyone bows, their solemn expressions and graceful movements hint that they are escorting someone of considerable importance. The curtains part, revealing a dignified woman stepping out gracefully. She addresses Manhwa calmly. "There's no need to argue with a servant." With a soft smile, she continues, "Last night, I glimpsed a portrait of the third master. His elegance captivated me, and I come today hoping you'll consider our proposal." Manhwa, with a composed yet firm tone, points out that Lu Longting is considered a sinner and not suitable for marriage just yet. The lady, unfazed, gracefully responds that she is willing to wait, emphasizing the potential alliance's advantages for both families. The room falls silent, and everyone exchanges uneasy glances, sensing the tension in the air. After a thoughtful pause, Manhwa declares that she will discuss the matter with Lu Longting and the rest of the family, promising to consider the proposal. If the family approves, she will accept the betrothal gift. Hearing this, the woman nods in satisfaction and bids her farewell. As she turns to leave, Lu Longting nudges Bai Jing playfully with his elbow, a small gesture of comfort amidst the tense atmosphere. The woman notices the subtle interaction, her eyes narrowing slightly. Turning to leave, she remarks, Manhwa calls Lu Longting into another room for a private discussion, her concern evident. Meanwhile, Bai Jing, feeling unsettled by the encounter, sits quietly with two of Lu Longting's younger siblings. Gathering her courage, she asks them, "Good." The young boy looked at her. "Third brother likes cute girls, not one stronger than him. And besides, he wouldn't like anyone I don't like." Bai Jing raised an eyebrow, stepping toward him. "Oh, then do you like the woman we just saw?" she asked, a playful challenge in her tone. The boy's confident expression faltered, and he replied hastily, "No, I don't like her." Relieved, Bai Jing couldn't help but grin. "Good. Do you like me?" she teased. He nodded, pretending to study her intently. After a long pause, he shook his head and said with a serious face, "No, you're ugly." Bai Jing's jaw dropped as her face flushed with annoyance. "You little brat," she huffed, glaring at him. Suddenly, the younger girl grabbed Bai Jing's hand. "Sister, do you really like my third brother?" she asked with wide, innocent eyes. Blushing furiously, Bai Jing replied, "How could I? I'm just his disciple. Besides, we're completely different species." Her voice trailed off. The young girl winked at her knowingly. Then, let me read your fortune, she said, tugging Bai Jing's hand closer. Studying Bai Jing's palm intently, the girl tilted her head. Sister, your future is complicated, she murmured. What do you mean by complicated? Bai Jing asked. Her curiosity now piqued. The girl glanced up at her and explained, I can only read a little, but it's probably because your immortal affinity is unusually strong. Either your future spouse is an immortal, or you were once a great, eminent immortal yourself. The girl shrugged. The latter is unlikely. After all, you're mortal now. It's nearly impossible for an immortal to reincarnate without seeking an eminent immortal as their disciple. Someone like my brother, who's committed so many crimes, wouldn't be their choice. If you hadn't accepted him as your master, he would have been executed long ago. Bai Jing's heart skipped a beat. Executed? What kind of crimes did he commit? The girl's expression turned serious. A long time ago, immortals came to arrest him, but our eldest brother saved him. I don't know the full details, but after that, he became an immortal tasked with guarding your family. She paused, then added, It's because of you that he's still alive. You're his savior. As night descended over Lu's mansion, Bai Jing lay restless on her bed. She couldn't shake the conflicting emotions, being told she was Lu Longting's savior, only to hear by that woman earlier that her presence might actually be harming him. Yet, deep inside, she couldn't ignore the fact that his child grew within her. The idea clawed at her, making her feel trapped. Could I have unknowingly become his mistress? Someone despised by all? She wondered bitterly, clutching the sheets in frustration. Just as her thoughts spiraled further, a soft knock echoed against her window. Startled, she turned and froze. It was Lu Longting, but not in his usual human form. He stood there in his original form, a magnificent yet intimidating silver serpent, his piercing golden eyes glowing in the dark. Before she could utter a word, he slithered inside, wrapping himself around her protectively, his voice low and sharp. Get ready. We're leaving, he ordered. How could you be so cold-hearted? I'm about to get married, and here you are sleeping so soundly. Bai Jing, stunned, struggled to process his words, but had no chance to argue as he transformed just enough to allow her to climb onto his back. Her heart raced as she clung to him. His voice softened slightly, though his tone remained firm. Hold on. We're going home. They glided through the dense forest. The cool night air rushed past, carrying the earthy scent of the woods. As they traveled, she hesitated before whispering, Can I still choose to marry you instead of being your disciple? Before she could think anything else, a foul stench wafted through the air. She covered her nose, her eyes scanning the area. In the moonlight, she spotted a large group of pigs blocking their path. At the front, one stood out, its eyes sharp and intelligent, a clear leader. The pig leader snarled, its demeanor threatening, before transforming into a human woman. Lu Longting followed suit, reverting to his human form as his gaze turned sharp. So, he said, a smirk playing on his lips, It's you, Huang Sanyong. The woman, her expression stern yet weary, bowed her head slightly. Third Master, stop teasing me. I'm not here to fight. I've come to ask for your help. Lu Longting's smirk deepened. You come asking for help with an attitude like that? Huang Sanyong bowed deeply, her voice trembling. Please, Third Master, my son was murdered. I need your help to avenge him. I'll do anything. Lu Longting's expression shifted. Tell me everything. Huang Sanyong explained, her face etched with sorrow. 10 years ago, I was gravely injured. My son, desperate to save me, went out hunting to help restore my strength. But he was caught by humans. They pinned him with a fork and burned him alive. Her voice broke as she clenched her fists, tears streaming down her face. I later discovered the mastermind, Zhu Dague. I wanted revenge, but his family is part of the pig immortals. Their cultivation far surpasses mine. I've tried, but no one will help me. I'm a useless mother. Bai Jing, who had remained quiet, felt a pang of sympathy for the grieving mother, instinctively reached out and grabbed Lu Longting's hand. He glanced at her briefly, his expression unreadable. Huang pleaded, I know you have your own matters to handle, but please, I beg you, help me avenge my son. I'll offer you my life in return. Lu Longting looked at her with a calm, yet piercing gaze. Your life is of no use to me, but I'll help you, he said bluntly. He continued, his tone steady. This will anger my sister because of my sudden departure. But once she calms down, go to her. As they approached Zhu village, Lu Longting recalled Huang Sanyang's warning. The pig immortals have high cultivation. Don't underestimate them, young master. Upon reaching Zhu village, an overpowering stench filled the air, making Bai Jing wrinkle her nose. Unable to endure it, she asked, What's this horrible smell? It's the stink of pigs, Lu Longting replied flatly. And it's no ordinary pig. This isn't an immortal, but a demon. Suddenly, a woman's desperate cries broke through the silence. Don't hit me, I'll go, she pleaded. The gate of the Zhu mansion creaked open, revealing a towering demon-like man. Buy me some wine and don't bother coming back if you can't, he barked at the woman. She staggered to her feet, trembling as she turned to leave. But the demon's eyes caught sight of Bai Jing and Lu Longting. His face twisted with irritation. What are you staring at? He roared, pointing a threatening finger at Bai Jing. Keep looking and I'll chop you up. Bai Jing's anger flared. What kind of man are you? Beating a woman like that, she shouted. The demon smirked, his gaze darkening with malice. A feisty one, aren't you? Pretty too, you'd make a fine match to warm my bed. Before Bai Jing could respond, Lu Longting stepped forward, his voice cold and steady. I didn't come here to talk, I'm here to kill you. The demon burst out laughing, as if he'd heard the most absurd joke. Kill me, you. You're nothing but a puny worm with barely a few hundred years of cultivation. Lu Longting's golden eyes gleamed as he raised his hand, summoning a brilliant golden light that glowed with raw power. Why don't we find out who the real worm is? He said, his voice calm yet laced with menace. The demon sneered, picking up a bowl filled with a mysterious liquid. Fine, I'll deal with you first, he growled. Then I'll enjoy that little beauty over there. With a single gulp, he drained the bowl's contents. His eyes turned blood red and his body convulsed before twisting grotesquely. His human form melted away, replaced by a monstrous pig-like demon with massive tusks and glowing crimson eyes. He roared, shaking the ground beneath them. Terrified, Bai Jing yelled, Lu Longting, be careful. Lu Longting transformed into his original form, a majestic silver snake with shimmering scales and piercing golden eyes. The two roared at each other, the tension thick in the air. As they clashed, Bai Jing watched in awe and fear. For the first time, she saw Lu Longting fight in his true form. What if Lu Longting loses? She whispered to herself, her breath shaky. The battle was fierce. Blood splattered the ground as the pig demon huffed and snarled, his confidence faltering. I've cultivated for centuries, he growled, panting heavily. How could I lose to someone like you? But Lu Longting's strength was unrelenting. With a powerful strike, he coiled tightly around the pig demon, squeezing the life out of him. The pig let out a final guttural roar before collapsing onto the ground with a heavy thud. Lu Longting released his grip but stumbled, his massive body wobbling before falling to the ground. Lu Longting, Bai Jing screamed, rushing to his side. Panic consumed her as she dropped to her knees beside him, tears streaming down her face. She leaned in close, her voice trembling. You can't die. Don't you dare leave me. A faint warmth brushed her cheek. Lu Longting, though weak, managed to lift his hand and rub her face gently. I'm fine. There's no need to cry over me. His golden eyes flickered with mischief as he added, But if your heart aches for me that much, how about we find a good spot where you can show me how much you care? Bai Jing's tears turned to anger as she glared at him, her face flushed. How can you joke at a time like this? She snapped, her voice filled with frustration. Bai Jing nervously checks into a simple express hotel, carrying an unconscious Lu Longting, who has now reverted to his snake form. Placing him gently on the bed, she mutters to herself, There's no good place around here, and he's so seriously injured. What should I do? Should I try to reach Yingyu for help? She might know how to heal him. As she watches over Lu Longting, she tenderly strokes his small snake form. I'm so useless, she whispers. If only I could help you just a little. Suddenly, a loud and frantic banging on the door startles her. Bai Jing freezes, her heart pounding. Before she can react, the door bursts open and golden flames flood the room. Two figures stride in confidently, their silhouettes illuminated by the light. One of the men stepped forward with a polite yet commanding tone. "Hello, miss. Huang sent us here to treat the young master. This is my old friend, an immortal doctor." Bai Jing instinctively stepped back, wary of the two elderly but imposing figures. The white-haired man, exuding an air of authority, glanced at her and remarked with a hint of mockery. "Young lady, is this how you welcome your guests? Where are your manners?" Bai Jing stammers nervously. Please save him. He's gravely injured," she pleads. The elder man looks at the small snake on the bed and scoffs. "Humph, he deserves it." The elder carefully picked up Lu Longting and began performing an intricate healing ritual. The other man turned to Bai Jing, gently advising, "It's best you don't watch. His condition might appear painful during the process." As the ritual concluded, Lu Longting reverted to his human form, looking pale but alive. He expressed his gratitude to the elder with a sincere, "Thank you." The older man, however, gestured toward Bai Jing and said, "You should thank her as well, she's taken great care of you." Meanwhile, Bai Jing, scanning the room, noticed the absence of the other elder doctor and wondered where he had gone. The remaining elder then turned to Lu Longting and firmly suggested, "You need to rest, your fever is still dangerously high, don't push yourself further." Bai Jing thanked the old man sincerely and offered him some tea as a token of her gratitude. The elder smiled and declined gently, saying, "I'll visit you tomorrow. There's something I need to give you since my time in this world is running short." His words made Bai Jing's heart ache with sadness, but the elder reassured her, "Don't dwell on it, young one." Reluctantly, she agreed, though curiosity gnawed at her. What could he possibly have for her, especially since she had never met him before? As the elder departed, Bai Jing felt a wave of relief wash over her, but just as she was about to exhale, Lu Longting suddenly pulled her into a firm embrace from behind, startling her. His voice was soft yet filled with warmth as he murmured, "If it weren't for you, I would have suffered for months longer." Bai Jing's cheeks flushed red. "Let go of me," she stammered, her voice tinged with worry. "You're still injured." Lu Longting leaned closer, his breath warm against her ear as he teased, "Don't you want your repayment? There's no better time than now." Bai Jing, flustered and misunderstanding his intent, stammered, You have a high fever, how are you planning to repay me? If it's money, just write me a big check." A sly smirk played on his lips as he replied, "This repayment is something you can only receive while I have a fever, it's a rare opportunity." Intrigued by his cryptic words, Bai Jing's curiosity got the better of her. She turned to face him, her eyes lighting up with anticipation. "What kind of treasure can you only give me while you're sick?" she asked eagerly. His smirk deepened and he pointed suggestively. Bai Jing followed his gesture, only to realize his mischievous intent. Her face turned crimson as heat rushed to her cheeks. Before she could react, he slid his hand under her clothing, leaving her stunned and utterly flustered. As dawn breaks, soft light filters through the curtains. Bai Jing's eyes flutter open and she notices Lu Longting peacefully asleep beside her. Realizing his fever has subsided, she quietly reflects on his improved condition. Her thoughts wander as she watches him, noticing his peaceful expression and delicate features that make him appear almost childlike. She leans closer to Lu Longting, pressing a finger lightly against his lips. She thinks it would be nice if he stayed this obedient all the time. Suddenly Lu Longting bites her finger lightly, startling her. She yelps, "Are you a dog?" He smirks and asks, "What were you doing? Stealing a kiss?" Flustered, she denies it, but he leans over her, trapping her in place. "If you want a kiss, just take it, I belong to you," he teases, blushing. She protests, "Who wants to?" But before she can finish, he seals her lips with a kiss. As they lie under the covers, Bai Jing sighs to herself, "Forget it, it's late." Later at a coffee shop, Bai Jing stares at the old man in shock. "What, you want to leave the old Dr. Grandpa with us?" The old man nods, explaining, "My time is almost up, I won't be able to stay with him much longer. Don't worry, he may seem fierce, but he keeps his promises, he's a gentle soul deep down." Bai Jing, however, remains skeptical. The old man continues, "We've lived together for many lifetimes, my time is over, but he still has attachments to settle. I want to entrust him to you, so he can fulfill his long-cherished wish." Bowing deeply, he makes his appeal. Lu Longting replies calmly, "All right, we'll take him in, but he can't be her immortal." The old man objects, "But his cultivation is high, if he becomes her immortal, it will benefit her too." Bai Jing glances at Lu Longting, thinking, "Why is he making decisions without asking me?" Lu Longting counters firmly, "I'm Her immortal, that's enough, the old man observes him thoughtfully, noting his possessiveness. With a nod he replied, "All right, I understand," and slid a piece of paper to Bai Jing. "This has old Bai's name. I'm leaving him to you." After the old man leaves, Bai Jing picks it up and asks Lu Longting, "Those two grandpas look the same. Are they twins?" Lu Longting, taking a bite of his food, explains, "When immortals live with their disciples for a long time, they eventually grow attached and become more alike." Surprised, Bai Jing replies, "I didn't know that." She then asks, "If we help him fulfill his wish, will he be able to ascend?" Lu Longting answers, "When an immortal's time on earth ends, they return to heaven, but if they have unresolved attachments, they can't ascend." Before they can continue, a girl nearby exclaims, "He's so handsome." Startled, Bai Jing asks, "They can see you." As they arrived home, Lu Longting softly asked, "Are you still angry?" "Who says I'm angry?" she retorted, crossing her arms. "I'm just surprised you didn't bother concealing yourself outside. You seem to enjoy all those compliments," she added, her tone tinged with annoyance. Sitting on the edge of the bed, she demanded, "Tell me, did I say anything wrong?" Lu Longting looked at her, a trace of affection in his golden eyes. "I was wrong," he said quietly. Then, without warning, he scooped her up and placed her on his lap. His arms encircled her, holding her close as he explained, "The reason others can see me is because our auras have merged. I've had you by my side for so long that your energy and mine have assimilated." Bai Jing's irritation flared. "So you're blaming me now?" she asked, glaring at him. Lu Longting tightened his embrace. "Don't be angry," he said gently. Bai Jing turned her face away, her voice slightly shaky. "Since others can see you now, you can choose someone else. I don't want to do this forever." Lu Longting smirked, leaning closer. "If you don't want to be my disciple anymore, then tell me, what do you want to be?" Her mind raced as she avoided his gaze, conflicted. "If I stay with him, am I helping him or am I holding him back?" Finally she muttered, "I don't want to be anything. It's better if I'm not involved with you at all." Hearing her words, Lu Longting frowned slightly. He didn't let her go. Instead he turned her to face him, wrapping his arms tightly around her. He said firmly, "Don't listen to others. My future has nothing to do with anyone else, and neither does yours." He smiled faintly and added, "As for my second sister, I'll handle her. You don't need to worry." Bai Jing hesitated, her voice trembling slightly as she asked, "So being with me won't affect your cultivation?" Lu Longting cupped her face, tilting it gently to meet his gaze. "As long as we're happy, that's all that matters," he said softly. Her heart skipped a beat, heat rising to her face. She stammered, "It's not like I'm willing. You were the one who seduced me first." His hands wandered slightly. Startled, Bai Jing squirmed and raised her voice. "What are you doing?" "Nothing," he replied casually. In the quiet of the hostel room, an unsettling noise echoed faintly, breaking the stillness of the night. A young girl lay peacefully in bed, her breath soft and even. The eerie sound grew louder, causing her to tremble slightly in her sleep. "Stop being so noisy. Just be quiet," she mumbled, her voice heavy with drowsiness. For a moment, the room returned to silence, as if her complaint had been heated, but suddenly a loud bang erupted against the door, jolting her awake. Her eyes flew open, wide with alarm as she sat up in bed. "Who's that there?" she called out, her voice trembling slightly. The top, however, was still offering no reply. Placing not a hand on her temple, she sighed. "It must have been a dream," she muttered, trying to calm her racing heart. Lying back down, she murmured to herself, "I should have stayed home a few more days instead of rushing back to the hostel." Unbeknownst to her, something ominous began to stir. Dark red figure slithered across the floor, its movements unnaturally fluid as it crawled toward the bed. It crept up the steps silently, inching closer to the girl's sleeping form. Suddenly the red shape shifted, rising and morphing into a ghostly figure that loomed above her. As Bai Jing returned to school with Lu Longting, she felt a wave of happiness. Seeing the familiar campus after so many days, the sense of normalcy comforted her. But the attention Lu Longting was attracting quickly soured her mood. "He's so handsome. Is he a new student?" a girl whispered. "No, he must be a senior," another replied. Blushing, annoyed, Bai Jing muttered, "I knew I shouldn't have brought him along." Just then a familiar voice called out, "Bai Jing." It was Yao Na. Bai Jing greeted her friend with a big smile. "Why are you back at the hostel so early?" she asked. "I've been here for 2 days. It's been so lonely without anyone around," Yao Na replied. Her gaze shifted to Lu Longting. "Who's this handsome guy?" Before Bai Jing could respond, Lu Longting removed his sunglasses and said coolly, "Hello. I'm Bai Jing's husband." Embarrassed, Bai Jing quickly dragged Yao Na toward the hostel, cutting off any further conversation. Yao Na, however, kept glancing back at Lu Longting and teasingly asked, "Does he have any siblings?" Once they reached Yao Na's room, her friend sighed in relief. "Thank goodness you're here. The nights have been so creepy. I couldn't sleep properly." Lu Longting scanned the room, his expression darkening as he narrowed his eyes. He grabbed Bai Jing's hand, causing her to look at him in confusion. This room is haunted. He said flatly. Haunted? That's impossible. Yao Na's been here for 2 days. Bai Jing protested. Lu Longting raised his hand, his golden eyes glinting. See for yourself, he said, placing his hand on Bai Jing's temple. Suddenly Bai Jing's vision changed. The room was engulfed in darkness, eerie red markings staining the walls. She gasped. I've never seen anything like this before. Lu Longting turned to Yao Na. Have you heard any strange noises? During the day it's fine, Yen admitted hesitantly. But last night, I thought I heard something. When I looked, there was nothing there. Lu Longting sighed. You let it in, he said grimly, terrified. Yao Na asked, what is it? Not wanting to scare her, Bai Jing interjected. It's nothing. Lu Longting's just a little sensitive. The room's probably just unsettling, because it's been closed for so long, reassured Yao Na relaxed. Later that night, at 10 o'clock, Bai Jing and Lu Longting waited alone in the room. Why did you send Yao Na away so late? Bai Jing asked nervously. It will definitely come tonight, Lu Longting replied. We need to deal with it before it becomes a bigger problem. Bai Jing shuddered. This is so creepy. Lu Longting pulled her into his arms with a teasing smile. Do you want me to hold you? You'll feel warmer this way. Blushing, Bai Jing stammered. Fine, but promise you won't do anything else. Suddenly a cold gust swept through the room, flipping the curtains violently. Lu Longting's expression turned serious as he whispered, It's here, inside the wardrobe. Lu Longting held Bai Jing tightly as they hid. Bai Jing, scared yet blushing, tried to speak. But Lu Longting placed a finger on his lips, signaling her to stay quiet. Outside in the eerie room, something resembling hair slithered under the closed door, gliding across the floor. Suddenly a hand emerged from the ground, pulling itself up. The ghostly figure swung open the bed covers, searching for someone, but finding no one. Frustrated, it let out an unearthly roar that echoed through the room. Terrified, Bai Jing clung to Lu Longting, trembling. I don't have any grudge against her. So why? She whispered. The ghost turned toward the wardrobe, its blank face unsettling Bai Jing further. She shivered, unable to look away from its hollow appearance. Lu Longting leaned in close and whispered in her ear, It's a weak ghost. This is your chance to use the talismans. Before she could protest, he pushed her toward the ghost. Bai Jing stumbled. Yelling, I don't want to, she glanced back, shouting, You deal with her. But Lu Longting had already disappeared. You heartless stinky man, she yelled in frustration. The ghost turned its attention to Bai Jing. Creeping closer, terrified, she thought, I'm going to die today. Summoning courage, she remembered Lu Longting's words. You have to face it sooner or later. Just place the talisman on her face, from above. Lu Longting's teasing voice echoed. It seems like you're only good in bed. Admit it, and I'll never let you handle this again. Fuming, Bai Jing shouted back. You're the one who's just a bed warmer. Gathering her resolve, she clutched the talisman tightly and rushed toward the ghost. How hard can it be? She thought as she slapped the talisman onto the ghost's blank face. Yelling, Evil, be gone. The ghost shrieked in pain as golden light engulfed it, blinding Bai Jing momentarily. When her vision cleared, she saw the ghost consumed by red flames, slowly disintegrating. She sighed in relief. Finally it's gone. Lu Longting, sitting casually on the ceiling, began clapping. As I thought my judgment was correct. You can handle anything. Bai Jing glared at him angrily. You have the nerve to push me out without any warning, he explained. You're my disciple. In the future, you'll face things far more terrifying than this. Jumping down to the floor, hands in his pockets, he added. What will you do if I'm not around? I can't let my Jing die. Now you're just twisting words to force the issue, Bai Jing retorted. He leaned closer, tilting her chin up. All right, don't be angry. I'll give you my love as a reward. Before Bai Jing could react, her face flushed as Lu Longting pressed his lips to hers, sealing the moment with a kiss. As Lu Longting pulled away from the kiss, Bai Jing asked, What do you mean by she was targeting me just now? Lu Longting, lost in thought, replied. If she didn't hold any personal grudge against you, then someone must have sent her. That spirit had been dead for a long time, he added calmly. The only explanation is that someone directed her. Flustered, Bai Jing said, I haven't offended anyone. Who would do that? Lu Longting sighed. You didn't know there was a grudge between us either. If something like this has happened, we need to be more cautious. Sobbing softly, Bai Jing thought, if my family has unknowingly offended someone, I'll end up being the one who suffers. Suddenly her phone rang, displaying the name, My Prince. Wang Xian. Lu Longting leaned over to look at the screen. His expression darkening. Why aren't you picking up? He asked coldly. His eyes narrowed as he added and put it on speaker. Bai Jing panicked, thinking, why didn't I change his name earlier? She quickly picked up the phone. Bai Jing, my birthday is coming up and I'm inviting you to my party. Wang Xian said cheerfully. Noticing Lu Longting's icy glare, Bai Jing stammered, birthday, I don't think I'll be free. Ignoring her hesitation, Wang Xian declared, it's settled. I'll pick you up tomorrow and hung up. Bai Jing turned to Lu Longting nervously. I won't go, I'll just give Yao Na a red packet to pass on. Lu Longting raised an eyebrow. My prince blushing Bai Jing quickly explained, it's just an old nickname, we weren't compatible so nothing ever happened. Smirking Lu Longting leaned in, then you should go, he said, his tone playful, not just go, dress up beautifully. Surprised Bai Jing looked at him, bewildered by his response. The next day Bai Jing reluctantly wore a beautiful dress. Why did he insist on buying me a new one? My old clothes would have been fine. As she looked at the locket around her neck, she remembered Lu Longting's confident words, you can leave, but no one else will make you happier than I can. Her irritation flared at his confidence. As she approached a car pulled up and Wang Xian emerged, apologizing for being late. He escorted her into the car and drove off. But as they veered off course Bai Jing asked, this isn't the way to the restaurant. Where are we going? Smiling Wang Xian replied, I wanted to take you somewhere special first. He continued, I heard you have a boyfriend now, so I was ready to give up, but seeing you dress up so beautifully for me today, I think I still have a chance. Winking at her he added, girls dress up for the boys they like, don't they? Bai Jing grimaced thinking, I only wore this because Lu Longting insisted. The car stopped suddenly and Wang Xian's demeanor shifted. Let's cut to the chase. My family is rich, so why play hard to get? He moved closer to her and Bai Jing's locket began to glow faintly. Panicking she slapped him with all her strength, surprised at how effective it was. Looking at her hand she thought, is this Lu Longting's power? Wang Xian's anger flared. How dare you hit me? Grabbing her hair he slammed her head against the car window, his face twisted in rage. Do you think I don't know gold diggers like you? Terrified Bai Jing thought. Men are truly terrifying when they lose control. Suddenly her locket transformed and a small snake emerged attacking Wang Xian. Screaming in panic he yelled, monster, monster. He struggled to escape but the car doors wouldn't budge. Jing felt a wave of relief. The snake coiled tightly around Wang Xian who cried out in pain. Bai Jing shouted, stop Lu Longting. He'll die if you keep going. Her pleas went unheard as the snake continued its attack. Bai Jing thought desperately. I just wanted to teach him a lesson, not kill him, A sickening crack echoed through the car. Lu Longting materialized in his human form and asked coldly, what do you regret it now? Bai Jing glared at him. How can you kill someone? Unfazed he replied, you didn't object when I killed others. Why now? Angrily she retorted, because they deserved it and this will bring trouble. His family is rich and if they investigate, we'll never have peace. She took a deep breath and said, forget it. I'll turn myself in. I'm not destined to be your disciple in this life. See you in the next one. Lu Longting's expression softened. You were angry for my sake. He held her hand gently. Don't worry, I have a solution. Avoiding his gaze, Bai Jing replied, what solution? He's gone. Can you bring him back? With a smirk, Lu Longting said flatly, that's right. Bai Jing's eyes widened in shock as he began removing his upper garments. He placed a hand over her eyes. Don't look, it'll be over soon. Praying silently, Bai Jing thought, how is he able to bring someone back from the dead? Later in a lavish restaurant, Wang Xian sat with others. His behavior completely changed. When asked about the earlier incident, he casually explained, it was just a cat. Suspicious. Bai Jing's friend asked her about it, but she nodded along, not wanting to stir up trouble. Lu Longting, sitting coolly beside her, smirked. I restructured his memory and attitude. Isn't he much cuter now? One of the friends in the group spoke up. Have you heard? This hotel may look fancy, but it's famous for the reservoir behind the mountain. They say many people, especially women, died there and were thrown into the water at night. You can still hear their screams. It's terrifying. Bai Jing and Lu Longting heard the conversation. Bai Jing looked uneasy, while Lu Longting remained confidently indifferent. As evening fell, the group decided to explore the area behind the mountain. The boys teased Bai Jing saying, you're so brave to join us, or maybe you're just scared, eh? Ghost might steal your handsome boyfriend. Hearing this, Bai Jing rolled her eyes but couldn't help thinking, I'd like to see which female ghost has the nerve to try and take him away. Suddenly her friend called out, Bai Jing, isn't that your boyfriend? What is he doing over there? Confused, Bai Jing turned to see Lu Longting standing by the reservoir, calmly removing his shirt. She rushed toward him, flustered. What are you doing? Behave yourself. Why are you taking your clothes off here? Hurry up and come back. What's wrong with you? Lu Longting didn't reply. Instead he gave her a faint smile that left her momentarily stunned. His beauty, under the soft glow of the evening light, left her speechless. As he turned to face her fully, a strange ripple disturbed the still water behind him. Slowly a stream of water rose, swirling around them, as though drawn to him. Lu Longting leaned closer to Bai Jing, his golden eyes reflecting the moonlit water. Startled, she asked, what are you doing? Without a word, he wrapped his arms around her, pulling her close. His breath brushed against her ear, sending a shiver down her spine. But suddenly his form began to change. The handsome figure she had been admiring was twisted and distorted. His face morphed into a horrifying ghostly visage. Bai Jing's heart raced in terror. as she stared at the ghastly figure beside her. Panic consumed her and she stumbled back, unable to comprehend what had just happened. Before the demon could strike, Lu Longting appeared and struck first. Pulling Bai Jing out of harm's way before delivering a powerful blow to the monster, the demon shrieked in pain, crying out, "Lady Silverflower," before vanishing into thin air. Bai Jing, still shaken, turned to Lu Longting in confusion. "Lady Silverflower, why did that demon look exactly like you? What's going on?" she asked. Lu Longting sighed, clearly not in the mood for explanations. "You're asking too many questions. I'll explain later. For now, go back first. I need to handle this." He pointed to her friends, who stood frozen, their eyes vacant and lifeless. Back in her room, Bai Jing paced anxiously, waiting for Lu Longting's return. The moment he stepped inside, she rushed to him. "Are they all okay?" she asked, concern etched on her face. "They're fine," Lu Longting assured her. "The attackers were mountain demons. They take on the form of someone you love to lure you in and devour your essence." Relieved, Bai Jing let out a breath. "Good. I'm glad they're okay. But what I really wanted to ask..." Before Bai Jing could finish her question, Lu Longting suddenly approached her, his movements eerily unnatural, as if he were possessed. Bai Jing waved a hand in front of his face, testing his awareness. With an innocent look in his eyes, Lu Longting whispered, "I'm in so much trouble. Could you give me some love?" Bai Jing sighed, realizing it was just another one of his mischievous antics. As Bai Jing and Lu Longting walked through the dense forest of Xiang Mountain, Bai Jing's mind buzzed with thoughts. Ingu had called her earlier, mentioning that a great immortal had landed nearby. She wanted to investigate, but decided to keep it from Lu Longting, fearing the trouble he might cause if he found out she had lied. She sighed, glancing at Lu Longting, who walked beside her with a carefree demeanor. "What does he mean by I'm so in trouble? Give me some love," she thought, exasperated by his playful antics. "I can't stand it when he's like this," she muttered under her breath. Lu Longting, seemingly unaware of her frustration, crossed his arms. When a great immortal descends to the world, local immortals should assist them. Why would they wander into the mountains alone? Bai Jing hesitated. "I don't know," she lied, trying to divert the conversation. "Are all local immortals entrusted? Who's entrusted by your family?" Lu Longting's expression darkened. "All the snake immortals in our Lu family are canonized by Lady Silverflower." Lady Silverflower again, Bai Jing thought. "She is one of the three main gods among the immortals. They are in charge of all immortal families in the world," he explained. Bai Jing's eyes widened. "So powerful, she's the main god. What happened to her?" Lu Longting's gaze turned distant. "She violated a taboo and was exiled," he said solemnly. Bai Jing pondered over his words, when a rustling sound from the bushes made her freeze. Before she could react, a monstrous creature with crimson eyes and sharp feathers lunged at them from the foliage. With a sharp screech, it landed gracefully before them. The massive creature folded its wings and spoke. "Are you Bai Jing?" Shocked, she took a step back. "Are you the great immortal?" she asked hesitantly. However, as the bird's feathers settled, its form revealed itself to be a giant chicken. Bai Jing's jaw dropped in disbelief. "A chicken," she blurted out. Before she could process it, the chicken pecked her head fiercely. "It hurts. It hurts," Bai Jing cried out, clutching her head. The bird, seemingly offended, flapped its wings and huffed. "If we hadn't had a destiny in our previous lives, I wouldn't have chosen you." Bai Jing, realizing her mistake, quickly bowed and apologized. "Great immortal, I was wrong. Please forgive me. I was just surprised by your original form." The bird scoffed, transforming into its true form, an elegant phoenix-like figure with shimmering feathers. "I am a phoenix myself, and I will overlook your offense for the sake of our past lives," it said arrogantly. "Now let's sign an agreement and then offer me life supply. I have used up most of my mana after the tribulation," he added. "Moreover, my name is Feng Chi Qian," he added with pride. Before Bai Jing could argue further, Feng Chi Qian vanished in a burst of flames. As they reached the hostel, Bai Jing sighed in relief. "You can go back now," she said. Lu Longting, however, raised an eyebrow. "Are you the type of person who dumps others after they finish their job?" he teased with an innocent look. Before their conversation could continue, Yao Na appeared in the corridor. "Do you want to go out and play tomorrow?" Bai Jing asked. Yao Na ignored her. "Play with your boyfriend," she said. Bai Jing's eyes widened, sensing something was off. "Why is Yao Na suddenly like this?" she thought to herself. "Did I provoke you somewhere? Wasn't everything fine before?" Bai Jing questioned hesitantly. Yao Na's face twisted with suppressed emotions. "I've been disliking you for a long time," she confessed, her voice laced with bitterness. "You're always better at everything, prettier, smarter, and everyone I like ends up liking you instead. I've had enough." Bai Jing's heart ached at the revelation, but before she could respond, Yao Na's expression grew even darker. "What you have, I will take it, sooner or later," she declared, her voice dripping with envy and something far more sinister. Lu Longting narrowed his eyes. "Something's not right," he murmured. sensing the ominous aura surrounding Yao Na. As Yao Na walked away, Bai Jing stood frozen in shock. "My best friend, how did it come to this?" she whispered,